5% of men admitted to washing their towel just once a year. It's compared to 1% of women. The data showed that 67% of people wash their towels due to the visual cleanliness first.
My baby looking too good, yeah, she perfect. No, she worth it. When she pull up, all them man, them flirting. And yeah, she know that she a dime. Call up on my line, told her, baby, bring it one time. Yeah. Girl, sit down and relax. Girl, let me put it on you, no time for chit-chat. Because she move.
Yo, what's really good though? It's your girl, Yezzir.
And it's your girl, AY. You don't know already.
And you are locked into another banging episode of Hey Sis.
Of course, where we spew our opinions, when we drop some gems, we just have a good chat. It's all about banter, laughter. You know what I mean? Take what resonates with you. If you don't like it, you know what I'm already going to say. And for the ones that don't, I'm going to say it loud enough for the people in the back that don't hear it. Kick the fuck off.
That's it. All the rocks.
All the rocks and pebbles.
Everything.
And stones and
everything. Mountains.
Mountains, rivers, valleys.
That's it. That is it.
Please.
Guys, man, you are either watching on YouTube or you are listening on Spotify. We're exclusively on Spotify, which is Hey Sis UK, in case you didn't know.
Amen.
And we are on Instagram, but we got a couple milestones we got to let you know. We're on the road of 10,000 followers on the Instagram page.
Oi.
Handle's going to go somewhere here. And with that, we're on 7,000 plus, and we want to say a big thank you because we would have never got there if it weren't for you guys.
For facts.
All the comments, all the likes, all the shares.
Listen, the love that we're receiving. Listen, the community that we're creating and building. The people that get it, they get it. The people that don't. Shout out to the people that get it, because you understand that we're not out here trying to be no bullies.
Nope.
We ain't trying to be mean. It's just a conversation and we're chatting and it's vibes. If you're mad, you know, if the shoe fits, you know what I like to say, if the shoe fits, lace it, wear it, Cinderella, it's yours.
That's it.
It's yours.
I think a lot of people, if you're not familiar with Hey Sis, we are here having very honest conversations.
Yeah, we're not.
Because in the tagline it says we're having the conversations they told us not to talk about outside the home. So for a lot of people, it will ruffle feathers or make you feel uncomfortable because you're not used to being real.
Yeah.
That's the fact of the matter.
You're around people who ain't keeping it real.
They're not keeping it real.
So now you're very mad because now we're saying it and you're like, you're telling me what to do. I'm not. Am I your mum? You're actually a grown person paying bills. You don't need me to tell you what to do. You know what you need to do and what you shouldn't do. I'm just talking.
We're just talking. We're having conversations.
Exactly.
And if you feel like you're being told what to do, that's not our intention. Our intention is to have conversations. Whatever you take from it, you take from it. But it's a place where you can feel safe enough to be honest.
Exactly. And have more conversations. That's all. We're creating a safe space for people to have conversations.
That's it.
Because there's not enough safe spaces for people to have conversations. Everybody want to pretend that we're all merry and loving, and then the minute someone puts something out, it's like, actually, I hate that thing, negativity. And I'm like, but I thought you liked it.
I thought it was
cool. I thought it was a safe space. Okay,
Exactly.
Let's keep it 100. Let's keep it a buck. We're just having talks, man.
And we are good. We are very well. We welcome differing opinions. If you've got a difference in opinions, we very much welcome it. But what we won't tolerate, and we have a zero tolerance to, is abuse for our opinions. So you will be named and shamed
and atted.
That's it. You'll be atted, named and shamed. Don't try to go in DMs and begging, because people have gone into the DMs begging for things to be taken down or accused.
That's so weird. Like, who am I? You know, tomorrow you still have to wake up, and go to work. Why would you need me? You still have to work. I'm not the reason why you have to work. I'm not the reason any of this is happening. Yeah. That's crazy to act like as if
that's a you problem, fam. And we are.
But Andrew Tate, you like the video though. Andrew Tate, they like the videos though.
Oh yeah, when it's coming from someone else, when it's coming from someone you believe deserves to have an opinion in this world, you accept it. When it comes from a figure that you feel like, no, you shouldn't speak up, all of a sudden you're uncomfortable. Well, guess what? It's a new year. Be prepared to be very uncomfortable with some more content coming your way.
Okay, it's the reckoning.
That's it. It's the reckoning. Speaking of reckonings,
the theme of 2024, baby.
I don't care who comes after. Cat Williams has won 2024. If you don't know what we're talking about,
forget about it. He's wrapped it up.
That's it.
Just go to 2025 because he's wrapped it up.
Yeah, and he lined it up nicely. Man.
Nicely.
We got some more reckonings coming our way. These are actual studies being shown. So if you've got a problem, talk to your mother. Today's episode of Hey Sis, we're going to be talking about the fact that, and studies have shown, 5% of men admitted to washing their towel just once a year. It's compared to 1% of women. The data showed that 67% of people wash their towels due to the visual cleanliness first, and then second, followed by the smell at 61%, and the number of uses at 58%. So, men washing their towels once a year, 5% of them. Let's talk about it. What do you think about that one, AY?
I'm flabbergasted.
Really?
I'm disgusted. I'm appalled. How are you telling me that you're waiting until your towel smells like that's when you're washing it?
Yeah, so okay, let's break that down here. So a lot of people go off
Is this in
dirty.
UK or just generally around the world? Where is it based off?
Okay, so this is based off...
Because that's wild.
So this is the platform. It's the findings come in a survey for bathroom suppliers showers to you. It revealed that millions of households up and down the country, so the UK, could be risking skin infections and other health problems because of poor towel hygiene. The survey showed that 2,200 UK residents found almost 1 in 10 wash their towels twice a year only. 5% of men admitted to washing them just once a year, compared to 1% of women. So yes, definitely the UK.
That
for me,
5% of men, shame on you.
I wonder who's dating them. I'm not gonna lie, yeah. To go off only washing your towel based on how it looks, like if this looks dirty enough, is very foul.
Exactly.
To wait till it smells is very foul.
Yeah, because my thing is, it can look, but if it's not smelling, you're telling me you're still thinking
That's what
it's
we're talking
fine.
about. Like, you should be changing your towel within the week. Within the week. Don't say, oh, this smells bad, maybe I should.
Do you know what that reminds me of? Two things. One, I saw of an interview with this celebrity, and he was trying to say basically he don't wash with a cloth. You know that interview? I don't know if you saw that
he said
interview.
that a washcloth is for poor people.
Yeah, it's for poor people.
I didn't get that.
So I was thinking, okay, so you use your towel to wash yourself then. So you're using your hands, and then you just do rub, and then the towel is the scrub. Okay, so that's what I was thinking.
I just don't understand. If a washcloth is for poor people, then what's for the rich? A sponge? I don't get it.
Second thing, it reminds me of New Girl.
New Girl.
It's
That's
a TV show, right?
Yeah.
And obviously you love that show, it's funny. And I can't remember their names, but there was one guy, there are 3 guys living together. One of them was complaining about the towel because it was always wet. And he's like, why the fuck because he's a clean freak and he's a neat guy. He's like, why the fuck is this towel all wet? He's like, this is my towel. He was trying to basically explain, like, this is my towel. And then our guy was like, no, this is my towel. And he was like, what the fuck? No, this is my towel. And then he was like, wait, so we've been using the same towel? And he was like, do you even wash the towel? He said, why would I wash the towel? The towel cleans me.
What? He thought the towel was self-cleaning. This is the problem.
And he felt so sick. I cannot remember the name to save my life, but I know, like, guys, if you know, please mention it in the comments, because literally I couldn't. Schmitz, that's his name.
Yeah,
Schmitz,
like
Schmitz was the one that, that was,
airhead.
Schmitz was the one that, the ladies' man, the Jewish guy, the one that,
he needs airhead,
no, he's the clean one. The airhead was, I cannot remember his name, but
really,
he was the other guy. I can't remember his name. Schmitz is famous. He's the one that was the clean guy, the one that was vexed about the towel being used by somebody else, because there was another towel that nobody was using, and it was fresh, and he was vexed. He was like, are you telling me you've been using my towel this whole entire time and you haven't been washing it? That's why it's been wet and it's been hanging there. And I'm like, this is the thing. Some people, that's what they think. They think that the towel just self-cleans. I don't know.
I feel a lot of people, if you're not living alone, you have no excuse to be dirty, because somebody's got to tell you, bro, it's a new month, you need a new toothbrush. Because there's people out here, they're not changing their toothbrushes every month.
No, I don't understand. I think my thing is, like, this house here, and I'm very picky when it comes to bathrooms and kitchens specifically as well.
Yep.
I'm very, very picky, because to me, your kitchen is where you cook. So if it's not nice and clean, your food is infested with
food
bacteria.
Poisoning is a real thing.
Okay, dirty shit. And then for me, the bathroom if it's not nice and clean and the things that you use are not nice and clean, then what have you? You are just continuously basking in the dirt. How do you go in the bathroom, scrub, and then you put in on that towel that's been there for however long?
If you can't be bothered to clean, because some people aren't cleaners. You know how you go on TikTok and people are like, oh, come with me to clean my dinner. Some people, they're just not like that. Have the money to hire a cleaner.
Yeah.
Please, because you not wanting to be clean will lead to infections. Some infections you will pass on to other people.
Yeah.
Be considerate, please.
This thing is like when you go into people's bathrooms and you're looking at it and you're thinking, I'm going to hold my piss.
Oh, like
I'm
that.
Gonna hold my... Bro, I've been to bathrooms before that I'm just like, how do you even go here to clean? You can't clean yourself in here. You actually catch things from here.
It's true. Because like when you're out and about in the city, you know how they still have public toilets? I can't enter them.
It depends on the place where I'm going. And it depends on how desperate I am. Because if it's like, oh shit, I've had one too many drinks, and when you've broken the seal, but you haven't gone past the point where the seal's been broken, you've let out the amount of time, so now you're in a good holding space, so you're in that space where you've broken the seal, so you're like every 20 minutes and you're traveling from one place to another, and I'm like, because I've been in a position where I'm like, yo,
those scummy ones.
Oh no, the scummy ones, I would
in
rather,
the city, those scummy dingy ones.
I ain't gonna lie to you, I would rather just go out into the park with my tissue in my bag.
I'm glad you said that.
Because I can't go into a toilet where I'm like, I might catch something just from holding the handle of the door.
That's what I'm saying. And then the tight ones, where you try to come out and then you've brushed up against the wall and you're like, oh.
Or you are already entering and you're like, because it smells.
Yeah, if
the smells already, and you're like,
I'm leaving.
I can't even enter without. You're having to hold your breath or do this. You know what I mean? Putting your jacket or your top on your nose because you can't physically breathe that air.
The toilets that are lethal, the ones that you get in certain stations. There's certain stations, their toilets, I'd rather hold it till I get home.
Yeah.
It's not worth it.
Yeah.
Because I don't know if it's the cleaning products they use or the people using it.
Yeah.
Mad.
It's disgusting. It's disgusting. You're literally gonna be. You're literally feeling like I'm gonna die in here.
You have to hold it. They need those
I'm
toilets
gonna
that
die
you pay.
in here.
No, it's true. But that's why I'm like, if you're gonna have public toilets, we might need the ones that you pay a proper price for.
Yeah.
Because
I rather we pay a price and it's been looked after.
And there's a standard.
Yeah. I'm not gonna lie to you. I'd rather do that because at least I know when I'm entering there, I'm not dying from the fumes before I even go and piss.
Because some in Europe you have to pay for, innit? Like €1 or €2.
Is it?
Yeah, there's some that you pay like €1 or €2 and you're like, I've paid, but I know what I expect when I get in.
Do you know what that makes me think of? Carnival.
And that is one of the reasons why I've never been. Because when I see the Portaloos and I'm thinking how long that day is and how many people are attending Carnival, based off the toilets alone, I'd rather stay at home.
You see with Carnival, if you're going to Carnival, you have to go in the mindset of 1, you have to accept what you're given. 2, if you find a place, you have to be willing to pay. Do you get it? Like my sisters and I, we've been blessed to find places where the people that live there will get porta parties, but they are cleaning that. Like these people, it was £3, and I was thinking, damn. But before you even enter, they go and check to see if it's clean. They will wipe. They'll be like, no. Yeah, I'll pay it because when I enter in, it's clean, it's sorted, and I'm thinking, raw. Yeah. This is, oh my God, this is nice. Like, I'm happy to go in this toilet and I've had that experience. But let me tell you something. Before I found out the first time, when the first carnival not the first carnival, the second carnival that went by after after when it was locked off from 2020. Yeah. The first one that came back,
Yeah, that was a big one, yeah.
Bro, so before we found the porta party over this house, it was a husband and a wife, and they were on point. They gave you sanitizers to wash your hand. Like they were making sure you're okay as well as the toilet was okay. I said, you can have my money. Where's the location? Let's pin it because we're coming back because this is the place we need to go. Yeah. Okay. But literally before we found it, so the carnival itself, they provide toilets,
which I've seen. Those Portaloos.
Yes, yeah. Before we found the toilets, and imagine it's daylight. I'm thinking, okay, I can't walk any further trying to find a side road that there's no one there for me to go and piss with my sanitizer, with my tissue. on the side because somebody will see me and I will end up on Shade Barra.
Yeah, no, it's true. And there was a couple people that got caught on
This
that.
is it. So I said, I'm going to have to firm these toilets. When I tell you the toilet smells so bad from the outside.
Oh.
As in there was a distance and I smelt it. I almost threw up. And I'm not easy to throw up from smell. But I almost physically threw up. I literally had to, you know when you wrap things around you, sprayed it with perfume, because I always carry, you know me, I always have a little perfume thing on my hand. But my bag as well. Spray. Got the hand sanitizer there. You got your tissue there. And you're thinking, okay, cool, tissue, boom, open this door. You're trying, everything is being done so quick, but because it's summertime, it's easier because you got batty riders or you got something like something easier for you to just slip down. Exactly. So it's easier for you to slip off, boom. But when I tell you, you're standing at the door and you're like, just go. As long as you go, wipe, and you're out. Because you got your sanitizer in your hand, you've got your tissue in your hand, you're set good.
Yeah.
You get it? So you're fine. You can deal with the rest later.
Yeah.
Do you get what I mean? But why? I almost threw up. Because I was dying for breath. And I was like, and you know, you just kind of quickly. And I was so, that was the quickest I've ever gone in a toilet, pissed, wiped myself and gone out. Damn. And ever since then, I said, I don't care if we have to pay Nando's, restaurant, whatever. You're getting my buck, my penny. We withdrew money. The next year, we had coins.
Ready.
Because I said, you're getting my money. I'm going to a decent toilet because I almost died. Yes, we found that lady, but we don't know if we don't remember the house and the place and ever. So we can't go back there. We did find somewhere else with these guys, actually, these two boys owned this property as well, and they were keeping it clean and everything. And I was like, calm, cool, we will find there. But I literally, even before that, we went to, it was like is it Nando's? I think it was a Nando's. And they were also charging for the thingy. But somebody was there, they were always cleaning and making sure it's clean. Because obviously people were also sitting down eating. So they had to make sure the toilets were like enough for good for people who were eating as well for the carny or whatever. But it was
the days to eat. Not carnival.
Honestly, truly.
Not carnival.
Come on. But no, I didn't care. I was like, I'm going to pay whoever I need to pay, take my money. I need to find a proper toilet because I will die if I have to go to the public toilets that they offer, because I don't understand why they smell that bad. I guess maybe because it's not being cleaned, like flushed, regulated, like removing everything.
That's exactly it.
Yeah, and and the fact that men and women both go in it, people be out here shitting in these places, bro.
That's it.
How the fuck are you shitting in a public toilet like that?
But my thing is this, those are the two things that's put me off. It's the sanitary aspect of the toilets for Carnival. Yeah. And it's the fact of the travel. Because Carnival's been going on for so long that surely they should have had the logistics down packed by now. Like
of the Carnival? Of the travel?
The logistics of Carnival need to be a lot better.
What do you mean?
Going to toilet, they should have some type of infrastructure that they know it's in the same area every year.
Yeah.
Like, do something that makes sense. The Portaloos, come on, to this
point.
But
they're not, I guess there's like, the people that would hire to clean the Portaloos are turning up, shaking ass. They ain't trying to work.
Well, they need to hire somebody and pay them enough to want to do that.
Yeah, they need to pay people enough to be like, I don't mind missing this day because it's on 2 days. So either they miss one day or the other, they'll be like, I don't mind missing this day because I'm getting paid enough that I'm like, whoa, it's like you're getting paid at least
20 an hour.
20. That's what I was gonna say.
Anyone would do it for £20 an
hour at least. And people are like, okay, fuck it, for that long time, cool, I'll do that. That's a good buck.
People miss out on Christmas Day for pay and a half. So time and a half. So £20 an hour. A lot of people sort that out. And the travel, I feel like it's still being crammed up. God knows, 30, 40 years.
I guess it's because you're trying to make sure that condensed amount of people going everywhere and anywhere, and it causes more problems for other people who are just generally traveling that day as well.
Yeah.
So you're trying to make sure that we limit you causing congestion to the whole of London, and just at least you're just doing congestion to this area. Boy. Me personally, travel to Carnival has never been an issue.
Yeah, no, it's not.
Yeah, because of where we live as well, so it's easy access to us. It's quite quick. Coming back again, I guess it's basically you're just trying to limit where everything is, so at least you have enough people of, I guess, police force here, police force there, because the things that happen on the way to go on the underground is actually hilarious.
It's a hot box of a day, because it's like, even going back to the whole towel situation, it's like saying that only 5% of men wash their towel once a year. If any of these men are living with somebody, how the hell was that running? Because I can't be sharing a space with a man and you're not washing your towel regularly. We would have a whole cupboard full of fresh towels, so you can change it daily if you want to.
Right. Because and then they go to carnival and they come back.
And you go to carnival, because it's like certain people, it's like you wouldn't stay in a hotel if they weren't changing your sheets and your towels every day. So why the hell is it when you're at home, you're living like that?
Exactly. It doesn't make sense. It doesn't make sense. Now, towels aren't that spenny, you know.
Towels aren't spenny, even a good cotton towel. And it's just like, some people's standards at home is kind of mad, because that means I would never have a cup of tea at your yard.
No, this is, when when your parents tell you, don't just be going to people's houses. You understand why they were being very smart and careful about it.
When you get older.
You realize that you can't be just eating food from anyone, because some people, when you see how they live and you see how unclean they are, why would you now want to share bread with them? Because you don't know where those hands have been. You don't know if they've been coughing all over your food.
Certain people with pets as well, because I feel like as a kid,
What? And pets is the worst, because
Pets
they'll
is the
be
worst.
letting their pets go on the kitchen counter and this, on the that, licking the food. I'm thinking, excuse me, the same spoon that your pet has licked, you want to now use to stir the soup.
That's what I'm saying, because if you ever see the episode of Come Down With Me, and you see how people be letting their cats just jump on, you're like, okay.
I saw one. I remember one was like with a snake that went on the table and they're eating, and the snake shat on the table. I'm like, this is inappropriate.
It's very inappropriate, and it's like, okay, so as a kid,
that's why I hate snakes. Ew.
Yeah, that's another reason. I've held one in the past.
Same. I was drunk. There was a carnival, and
it was school, and they had all the people there. I was like, okay, this must be safe. It was a little
mad.
demo, but it's like when you're a kid, and your parents tell you know that speech you get just before you go into the yard, and they say don't eat nothing, don't accept nothing. If they offer you something, don't take it.
Yeah.
As a kid, I'm thinking this is very egotistical. Maybe you lot have this extra beef or whatever you got between you. Then when you grow older, you realize, oh, you're protecting me, because really not everybody's house you should eat and drink from. Because when I see the standard of people, and sometimes people with the houses ain't where they need to be, then when they go outside, they have chests to be making demands like, this is my standard. But I've seen how you live, and your house is dirty.
That's what I don't understand. It's like, you've got all these standards, apply them to yourself first, because your house does not make sense. You are busy asking other people, but look at the way you live. Apply the standard to yourself. It starts from you. Don't they always say that it starts from home? It starts from you.
Yeah,
you are. It begins with you. You are the one that sets the pace. You are the one that sets the standard. You're the one that sets the. You know what I mean? You're the one. You're the one that leads this thing. If I'm looking at you, and I'm seeing how you live, and I'm thinking this is disgusting, why the hell would I care what else comes out of your mouth about you telling me about myself?
Now, if you were humble, no one would think that way. But it's because some people are so cocky about their standards outside that when people see how you live and your mattress is on the floor, that's why people have to go, oh.
Mattress, you're even lucky they have mattress. They are coming to do air mattress. They're even coming to do, what's it called? That's the bed sheet thing. What's it called? The one that you use for camping. That mattress thing that you use for camping. Not even mattress.
Oh, yeah. I get what you mean. The floor. It's on the floor?
Yeah, it's on the floor.
Yeah.
You're coming to do... That's what you're sleeping on.
But
when you're stepping outside, you're saying, I want a woman like, I want a man like.
That's what I'm saying.
But your back is hurting.
That's what I'm saying.
Because you have nowhere good to sleep on in your house. You've got backache, you got neck ache. But because you have nowhere to sleep in your house. That's proper. In your house. But yet you want to come outside and tell me that I should be flying you out. I should be cooking, cleaning. There's nothing clean in your house. It makes sense why you be asking this, because you look at where you live.
But that's what I'm saying. Make all the demands you want in your life. Just make sure the demands you're asking for tally up with the life you live that you can provide for yourself.
Facts.
Because when you make a demand, make sure that who you're demanding from is an option.
Yeah.
And not your only choice.
Yeah.
Because you can't be doing too much demanding when that's your only choice.
Bruh. Please, don't let this... See, I saw this thing, and quite a lot of men have been saying this, actually, which I quite love, because you agree. That they were saying that a lot of men, they be thinking that they're part of the 1% that are making the money. So they be thinking like as if, I want this, I have these demands, I expect this, or they fear for this and that. Like, you're the 1%, you're not. You're not. So stop thinking like as if because 50 Cent has Rich Babe, you're not 50. Ooh. You don't have 50. You don't have 10. Ooh. So stick to where you are. Listen to, follow the people that are in your level.
Let's be humble this year.
Let's be humble. Even women.
Yeah.
You're out here saying, broke men this, broke men that, broke men other, broke here, broke that, broke that. You stole that wig on a fight that you had with a girl. You and your friends dumped her. That wig is stolen. Then you went to go and install next day.
The wig is borrowed.
It's borrowed. It's a borrowed wig. And you want to ask, broke men this. The wig is borrowed.
Because we have to break it down. And we were talking about this off camera as well. It's not necessarily the aspect of being broke, but stingy.
It's the stingy.
And there's a difference between a broke man and a stingy man.
Listen. This is what 2024. I need people to understand.
Yeah.
I think what a lot of women meant to say was about stingy men. Yeah. Some men broke. And I mean, that's... Let them talk for themselves. But a lot of women, I think what we meant to speak on is about stinginess. Stingy men, stingy women are an infection to society. They are a disease that need to be eradicated. Because the stinginess is the problem. It's not about you having 500 bags in your pocket just right now, just easy to throw out in the way. Yeah. It's about the fact that you know what you've got, but you're not moving tight to even buy me tampons.
Hey!
Hold on a minute. What's going on? What's going on here?
So what's that here?
Yeah.
We're giving them content. We're giving them laughters, little giggles, a bit of real life. But then you're sat there and you ain't watching.
Raw.
Yeah. As in to watch, to like, subscribe. Or comment.
That's really rude, you know.
Maybe I'm being too fast. Maybe we're being too fast.
Okay, we'll give you some time.
There you go. Here's some time.
Okay.
You think it's enough time?
Yeah, I think it's enough time.
Yeah.
Okay.
Let's get back to the episode.
Okay. It's the stinginess that's the problem, right? So it's not exactly as it's me saying, yeah, babe, I'm at work. I've got a couple of tampons. I've got a couple of pads. I don't even got time to go to the shops right now, but could you just get me some if he's working at home or on your way home, because by the time I get home, you go and get. Now the guy goes and gets it. I come home, now you're telling me it's £4, my friend. Run me that £4. That's the stinginess. That's what we're talking about. Because we're not saying, some people say £4 is a big deal. You're stingy. Yeah. If you're gonna say to me £4 is a big deal, you're stingy. Because if you need to put a tally on how much you're spending on your friend or your partners for the little things, that I know that the big things ain't never gonna come. Yeah. Do you know what I'm saying? Because I will do that for my friend. As a basic, if you say to me, yo, can you get me this? Can you get me that? Yeah, of course. It doesn't matter. Like, even if I'm like, okay, cool. It's not a big deal. It's not a big deal because it's like, yeah, you're my friend. I'm going to get that for you. I'm not going to tell you, oh, yeah, by the way, that was £5. And I'm not talking about the people who are struggling and you're literally living by £10 a month. Yeah. So don't come in the comments telling me about £10 a month. Oh, some people are struggling. It's not you. £10 a month, because if you've got an iPhone, maybe you should get a phone that's less prioritized. Because if it's really that sticky, we have to prioritize what's more important.
It's true.
Do you know what I mean? Because I would do that. I don't need to. I would sacrifice what I need to sacrifice for me to be able to be okay and be happy and not really be crying about certain things. Even though I know, yes, it's not my fault half of the time. It's the government. But I'm still gonna do what I need to do. But when I'm saying what we're talking about stingy people that you run them to. They spend £2 on you and expect you to run that £2 back. That's disgusting. Be ashamed of yourself, especially if you're friends or family or partner. If you've got a relationship with that person, it's disgusting. Like, I know someone that I didn't even know them for that long, but she's a sweetheart. She's an absolute sweetheart where I work. She's a sweetheart. I low-key want to treat her. I'm trying to figure out what the best way to do it, because I know, like, I'm trying to, you know, when you're trying to figure out the things that they like and stuff, so you can treat them, because she's a sweetheart. My girl knew that I like electrolytes, right? For the gym, it helps, and also it just gives you a little bit more energy before you go to the gym. Blah, blah, blah. She had gone to Horror and Balance or whatever and got some. She got me one. I didn't know. I didn't ask. I never said. Do you know what I mean? She just came back. She's like, "Oh, I got you some here, by the way." You see that? Yeah. You see that? Because those are the things. There's the stinginess. Stingy people will say, "I got you this. It was £5. It was £5 after."
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? So you didn't do it because you wanted to do it for the goodness of your heart. You did it because you're like, "Oh yeah, by the way, run me that check, run me that money." I cannot stand stingy people, because you know what? When you're stingy, money will go. And it will rarely come,
and it won't find you again.
It won't find you again, because you're chasing it, and that's what I hate when people. Because people don't understand. If you're chasing something, if you're like, "I'm chasing money, I'm chasing money," what are you saying? You're saying that money is running away from you. So why would it come?
And money should find you. I feel like the one thing I'm worried about in this society is that you've got a lot of young men that are like, "I can't afford to be in a relationship," and what that tells me is that you were raised with the mindset of being a poor, basically. Let me run that back. So basically, my worry in society is that there's a lot of young men that say, "Oh, I genuinely can't afford to be in a relationship," and they're talking about the money side of things. And all that tells me is that you come from a household that raised you in a poor mindset type of way. Because if you're always having this mindset that I'm poor, I'm going to stay poor, I've got a bit of money now, but I don't want to be where I was before, which was poor, you're going to conserve something that you don't need to conserve. And like we were talking about, where all the whispers, which are very loud now, broke men and dating broke men, it's not necessarily, like you said, the wording of being broke, but more or less that being stingy comes from the heart.
Yeah.
So being a giver also comes from the heart.
Yeah.
If you haven't got a heart that gives happily, you're not going to receive things happily as well.
And you're not going to track that back.
Yeah, you're not going to track that back, because essentially you're being selfish. And if you're already going into a relationship with a selfish mindset, how are you going to meet someone that mirrors what you're giving? Because men are supposed to set the pace and the tone for a relationship.
Yeah.
So if you've already entered it in a sense of, what am I getting out of this? Or I want to conserve as much as I want because I believe you're going to stab me in the back eventually. How do you think things are really going to end for you?
Exactly, because the reality is no one knows. You can only assume and make assumptions, predictions based off patterns and behaviors, right? If you're smart enough to clock things and actually put that in place, you can make those assumptions. And if you date someone and they one time when you were younger or whatever, and they used you for your money, use that as an experience to be like, okay, cool. I'm not going to try to avoid that situation again. Yeah. So what did I learn from that? What kind of patterns and experiences did I learn that I can now put in place, that next time when I meet someone, if they're moving a certain way, if they seem a certain way, it's giving that same vibe. Yeah. Then okay, cool. You're moving that way. Yeah. Because there's people out here, like when you're moving all stingy, oh yeah, because this happened to me, so I'm not gonna on everybody's trying to da. Not everyone is trying to do that. There's plenty of women that, the amount of stories I've heard that women are buying cars and houses for man, I just can't, like, literally it's wild, the amount of money that women would spend on a man that they like, let alone love, infatuated, bamboozled with. And you're telling me because you had this experience that all of a sudden not all women are just after you with your money. That's not true. It's you. Because you see, when you're stingy with other people, more time than not, you're stingy with yourself.
Oh, 100%. And it shows, it will reflect on you. Because
exactly.
A lot of people grow up thinking, well, my dad did it and everything's fine. My mum's still there. Your dad went 50-50 with your mum. You didn't ask your mum how she felt about that.
You didn't.
Go and ask your dad the real reason why he had to get a side chick. The real reason is because your mum stopped sleeping with your dad because she no longer felt feminine enough in the relationship, because your mum had to assume the role as being masculine, because your so-called masculine dad had her going 50-50 in every element of their relationship. And the same woman that he's using as a side chick, she's sick of him as well.
Exactly.
But you don't know that because you've just grown up thinking, well, my parents' marriage worked and they went 50-50. You need to look at what the definition of a happy marriage is. That's why a lot of men are moving to married women saying, oh, you're married. Are you happily married though? Because there's a big difference.
There is a big difference. But then you also got the moms that they will go and ask those questions and they'll say, they'll be trying, because they won't say the truth because they'll be trying to groom their sons to be the very man that they don't have in their life.
You don't want to tell your son the truth because you're still trying to put this man that doesn't give a damn about you, your husband, on a pedestal that he will never put you on.
No.
But then you'll say, I'm lying to my son to protect my husband's image. But then you're just raising another asshole.
Yeah.
But good luck with that though.
Yeah, exactly.
Because all this protecting and all you're doing is just bringing more poison into this world.
You are. You're sipping on your own poison.
Who are you protecting? You say you're protecting your son, but really and truly, you're a mother and a wife that's just protecting the shame of your mistakes.
Yes, because if you're really protecting your son, you'd educate him on the truths about life and what really it is to be a good man and how to avoid terrible people, ways that you've learned from your experiences, but you have to have learned it in the first place.
Yeah.
Some people haven't learned. They just stay there in their poison.
Yeah. Because, you hear a lot of things where you have mothers and fathers saying, yeah, you need to get a woman that, don't let her think she can just relax. Make sure she's working hard as well. Please define what you mean by a woman working hard. I would love to know that, because what you allowed in the 60s or the 80s when you came and settled in here and you're hustling, trying to make it work, I'm going to say how it is. The migrant hustle is different to someone born in that country hustle.
Yeah.
So you had to work hard because you came from another country. You had to work your fingers to the bone. Good on you, mum. Good on you, dad. The person who you raised here, birthed here, and they met someone else who was raised here, that hustle's different.
Yeah.
So don't tell your son to have a mindset that he doesn't have to have. And now he's seeing women in a role of service me.
Yeah.
As opposed to, how do I help us both grow?
Yes. Because her man didn't help her grow. He said work. He said get your ass up and work. Nobody likes to work anymore. Get your lazy ass up and work. That's what he said. Get your lazy ass at work. Whilst he was breeding the nation.
And that's what I'm saying. I think
all the kids are still broke. All the kids were still all sharing same shoe. Yeah. The mom is still living off of this, living off of that, because she hasn't got no money. Your dad ain't got no money. Anybody got no money. Everybody you're just perpetuating the same vicious cycle.
It's a vicious cycle. And you know what? Let's free the aunties from the shackles of their egos.
Yeah.
Tell your children your husband's not back home working. He just didn't want to come here and work and pay bills in England.
Yeah. Because
you got the same kids coming to school. And when they say, where's your dad? Oh, my dad's back home. He's working. He's a businessman. Stop lying.
Yeah. Ain't no business. The only business he's got is in Punani.
That's it. Your dad just didn't want to come and work. He didn't want to raise you. He didn't want to pay bills.
No.
And your mum is still sending him money back home.
This is it. And the thing is, it's like, people don't understand. It's like, when you're mad at women or you're mad at men for these things, you have to understand that both parties play in it. So if you're mad at women in this situation as a guy, you have to understand you're mad. You're also mad at your dad. You just don't realize it because your dad did not play the role that he was supposed to play. So now you're seeking online and men on the streets that aren't even the greatest representation of how to be a real man, and also online how they're not the best representation of how to be a real man, teaching you how to be so-called be a man.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? And when it's not coming into fruition because it's a con and you bought into it, you get mad.
Yeah.
It's the same way. It's like with women. Because you also get women that perpetuate the same patriarchy bullshit that happens to you.
Yeah.
Because they be feeding that shit into it, and you're just thinking, bro, you are part of the motherfucking problem, bro. Like, I can't stand it, because you are also out here saying that, I want no soft man, I want a man to do this, and I want a man to do that, and I want a man to do this. And it's like, but you're also the problem.
Yeah, I think one of the main problems is that too many family setups and units are comfortable with money being an excuse to a father or husband not being present in the home.
Yeah.
And that's why he's got time on Friday and Thursday night to go to the pub and meet the new woman he's going to leave you for, because you gave him the allowance of not being present.
Yeah.
Oh, it's fine, babe. You've paid for this and you paid for that, so you don't have to come to the school play. Or you don't have to come to sports day. You have to be present. Yeah, you've got money and you're doing your part on a financial part when it comes to the family, but you have to show up, because children respond to imagery. A child doesn't know how much their school fees are for the year, but they know every time you came to their school play and the school trip and how many times you picked them up from school. Visual.
Facts, because you see those little milestones to them is part of their growth.
Yeah.
Right? So it's part of their development when it comes to fear, when it comes to confidence, when it comes to love, when it comes to appreciation, when it comes to all these different things that adds to their foundation when they go up and they go out in the world and they're starting to meet different people, or even go into the workforce.
Yeah.
Do you understand? Pursue their careers, all these kind of things. Those are the foundations. The difference it makes for a man, a father or a mother or both showing up to a kid's recital that you're thinking, this ain't shit. But that child, it makes a big deal, because to them, you're saying to them, I care.
Yeah, they don't know
I'm
how
here
much,
for you. And for you, you're thinking, I'm just here. It doesn't matter. I'm even tired. Do you know what I mean? But that child is saying, you've got someone that cares for you, and that this is a representation of someone that gives a heck about you.
Yeah.
Do you get what I'm saying? Those little things make a difference. The amount of videos I see on TikTok, oh my God, they make me want to cry. And it's so cute when the kids are on the stage and they're looking for the parents, and the parents are filming, and then they look sad, and then they finally see the parent and they glow and they're smiling, and it's like, that matters to them, because it might not matter to you for you now, because you're at a different stage, but when you were a child and you were doing those things, that was a big fucking deal. And that made a difference. And people don't understand is that your childhood, the foundations that are laid will make a difference into the way you move and interact when you're an adult.
Facts. And representation is so important, because I feel like when you meet someone that hasn't got the same background as yourself, or they just weren't raised in a certain way, things like PDA, public displays of affection. So I grew up here. I didn't really see my parents do PDA a lot. The hugging, the kissing. I don't know if it's based on the Christian background of things or coming from Africa. So when you're in a relationship with someone that does do PDA, for them it's a bit like, oh, you're a bit rigid. And it's not like, oh, one wants to be this way. It's just that I haven't seen this as something normal to do out. So when I see someone on the escalator and a couple's kissing, I'm like, oh my God.
This is mad.
But it's normal to hug and kiss and show displays of affection. But when you've not seen that growing up, you don't see that as something being normal.
No, that's facts. Because this is what I was saying on to another live podcast that I went to. Yeah. Because they asked, is marriage a big deal? Do you want to get married? Da, da, da. And I was like, it's not that it's not a big deal. If I get married, that'd be lovely with the person that I commit to and they commit to me and blah, blah, blah. I would love that. However, it's not something that it's my forefront main thing. Not because I don't give a heck about it, because as I said, like, I would love that. At the same time, I don't prioritize it, because as much as I've seen happy marriages, I've seen failed marriages. So for me, it's like, it's not a priority in that sense enough. It's like, I'm not leaping to the idea, but it doesn't mean that if I see it and it's executed that I'm not happy for it. I'm like, this is what I love, this is what I want, because I'm a hopeless romantic at heart. Do you know what I mean? But it's just that because I haven't seen it, it's a bit harder for me to just be so used to being like, oh yeah, like this is what do you know what I mean? So exactly, representation matters. It definitely makes a massive difference. Yeah. Seeing your parents there, seeing those things, it makes a difference. And that's what I loved about like my wife and kids.
Okay, that visual representation, one thing that screams to me about my wife and kids is transparency.
Yeah.
So there's a way you can still disagree and have arguments in front of your children, but they don't have to be full-blown cussing matches. Like, you can teach your kids through your relationship how to disagree with somebody amicably. You can show how to be affectionate in a decent way. You can show how to, I don't know, go through difficult times. But it's all about being visual, being proportionate to who you're in front of.
Yeah.
There's some parents, they don't know how to say to the kids, oh, can you pop out or can you go to your rooms? I need to discuss with your parents. A lot of parents don't know what's appropriate and what's inappropriate.
Yeah, because you're cussing out your dad and you're cussing out the dad, or you're cussing out their mom in front of the kids, saying you're this, you're a bum, da-da-da. So
Yeah.
child is visually seeing this. You don't understand that, especially when you're a child. You're a sponge. A child equals sponge.
Yeah,
and I need people to understand that. Exactly. So everything you do and say and act and move, they are absorbing it.
Because if you see mum cussing at dad and then mum going to the son, your dad's useless, or you remind me just like of your dad, he's now growing up thinking women are angry, because all I've ever known is women are angry, or this particular image of a woman is angry, so I don't want to date this kind of woman because this is what I grew up seeing. He doesn't know that each woman is different in their own way. They don't know that, oh, maybe it's something your dad did. Now you got a lot of young men out there that don't even know why they have a type.
Or even like you've got a lot of, and the reason, and one of the reasons they might have a type as well is because when the mum said, oh, your dad is useless, they think I'm useless. So that, do you know what I mean? Because they're like, oh, dad's useless, I don't want to be useless. So now they're like, I don't want to be useless, and I know that someone like you says, like, dad's useless, and I look like dad, so I need to go to someone that doesn't look like dad. Do you know what I mean? Someone else that doesn't look like mum, and also doesn't think I'm useless.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Those little things affect the way you pursue like relationships in the future.
Because there's a lot of angry and confused men out there, young or old, that don't know why they go out of their way to date certain people. And some of them don't want to admit, you know what, my home growing up in wasn't the happiest place ever. So I'm going out of my way to be the polar opposite from the woman I date, to the area that I live in, to the way I speak, the way I walk, talk. Because,
eat, breathe.
Because I see people like that look like me get arrested.
Yeah.
I see women that look like my mother very angry. But then you still go, I don't get it though.
Yeah.
There's a reason for everything.
Yeah, there is. Absolutely, there is. And it's them ones. That's why it's important to have good male representation.
Yeah, it doesn't just have to be the dad. It can be dad, uncle, granddad. But somebody's got to step up to the plate.
You see, when they said, it takes a community, a village to raise a child. Because it does. Because, see that little girl, she's seen mum take shit from dad, he ain't shit. Auntie take shit from uncle, he ain't shit. Grandma take shit from granddad, he ain't shit.
And then when she says she doesn't believe in marriage, everyone's like, what? How? Why?
What do you mean? Oh, why are you always dating bums? Why are you always dating toxic people? The village said 8 shit men are the type of men you should go for.
Especially as well, you can't be that aunt that says, or the mother that says, don't date this type of guy and you're still dating him.
Please be the example.
Be the example, because people are really looking at the people that are giving them advice nowadays. You can't give relationship advice, but then you're still comfortable in the premise of a bad relationship.
Yeah.
Because all your daughter's going to grow up thinking is, you know what, mum stayed in that safe space, so I should stay in a safe space as well, because I don't know what's out there.
And now it's social media also raising the kids, because a lot of them, the parents are like, you're complaining, here you go.
That's it.
Play.
Tablet kids.
Play. I'm tired. Play.
That's it. No
Play.
one's to
So
raise.
now you've got a bunch of women and men raising your kids from online. And now they're saying, oh, be like this. Miss Independent. Don't trust no man, though. Don't be with no man. And men ain't shit. And do you know what I mean? Like, Miss Independent. Listen, I saw a video, Speaking.
And just to touch on that as well, you're the same people that give your kids tablets because you can't be bothered to raise them, and then you're going to be angry saying there's no good role models out here, but you should be your child's role model.
Yeah. You should be your child's goal.
You should be so much of a role model that even if your child saw someone else, they'll be like, you know what? But the way my mum and dad move, they wouldn't mess with this. So now I'm good because of the home I'm coming from.
And look, I get that sometimes you can do the best for your child as much as you can, but if your child don't want it, your kids like their own people as well. So they're going to do what they're going to do kind of thing. And I understand that. wait, speaking for the people that their own people, you can do the best that you can, and they just decide they're still on raucousness. But there's so many others that are not on raucousness, and they need you to step in, and they need you to be the representation. Because if you're not the representation, they're gonna look for that representation, and where they're gonna look for that representation in this day and time, online. And there's a lot of representation that some is good and some is bad.
Don't forget to subscribe to Hey Sis UK so you never miss out on an episode.
And some representation is bad, and unfortunately the representation that is bad gets pushed further than the representation that's good.
Easily,
because people eat negativity up more than they eat positivity.
Yeah. It's eye-catching.
It's much more eye-catching, and it's just more, I don't know if it's natural, but I know that they say that, oh, you can have lots of good positive comments, but you get that one negative comment and it sticks in your head. So it's easier to take in the negativity than it is to take in the positivity. So unfortunately, you can't just rely on online to be raising your kids. So you need to try at least be that representation. At least if you did your part, then it's your part done. Do you know what I mean? If the child want to be boo the fool, then the child want to be boo the fool. Like, you can't control the child. The child is its own person, and they have to do their own thing too, and they also have to go down their own path. Do you know what I mean? But as long as you instill good foundations in them, that's your part done. Like, obviously you're gonna always be there for your child and everything, but you can't make your child do what your child don't want to do.
There's only so much you can do, man. When it comes to anybody in life, and trying to control someone that has chosen, no, this is what I'm going to do whether you like it or not, you're just going to give yourself stress at the end of the day. But tying in everything in regards to final takeaways with...
Wash yourself.
That's it. Hygiene, wash yourself. Because we are too far into the internet.
Wash your clothes, wash your towel, wash it often.
Wash everything, because we're too far into the year, too far into technology for people not to know the basics in this day and age.
COVID happened,
but we still have people coughing on the train. And I beg of you, cover your mouth when you're on public transport.
Because it actually gets me. I think if I see that ever again, I'm not going to be funny. I'm going to be that person now that's going to be like, could you not cover your mouth?
Oh, I do that now.
Because I obviously now I work from home, so I have avoided that for quite a bit.
Yeah, you're lucky.
But I promise you now, if you are a person and you cough in public transport, I will be that enemy, and I don't give a fuck. You want me to be the bad guy? Or I'll be the bad guy. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Chong Lee, I'll be that bad guy. Yeah. I will tell you about yourself. And I will tell you about yourself, your dirty, stinking, rascal self. Coughing on a public train and you're not covering your mouth?
It's actually...
you deserve a booting.
Not true. It's crazy.
Because you're spreading your dirty diseases. You don't know if I have asthma. You don't know if I have any other illnesses. And that little cough, now if I catch it, that could send me to hospital. Yeah, you're a waste, man. Dirty.
The vulnerable people were feeling it in that time. So that's the final takeaway, really. When it comes to hygiene, take your hygiene seriously. Do not wait for your towel to smell or look dirty before you clean your towel. Clean your towel and have multiple towels. Don't just have one towel, because the fact that we're talking in the fact that you don't have multiple towels is a bit scary.
It's scary.
Okay, you need to have multiple towels.
Telling me that, you bring your own towel because you don't.
It's weird, but it's like that. But guys, before you go, we got the milestones. We're trying to hit 10,000 followers on Instagram, because we are going to bring you so many different things in the new year that we're already in. Hey Sis _UK. But before you go, just a couple things you need to do.
Make sure you like. Make sure you subscribe. Make sure you share. Make sure you hit that bell button so that you get notified every single time we post an episode. And make sure you follow our pages as well. Listen, we're trying to be more active on I'm trying to be more active on Instagram. I don't post on Instagram as often, but I do post on TikTok. So if you're a TikTok baby, beg you follow me on TikTok, because I be out here posting all kinds of content. Vibes. We're on vibes here. Do you know what I'm saying? She posts on TikTok as well. Vibes. We're all vibes here. But we're trying to post on TikTok. We're trying to post on Instagram. We create music. We're very multifaceted beings. And we're trying to create platforms for more multifaceted beings to grow. So please, make sure you follow, share, subscribe. Do all of that. Comment. Let us know how you feel, because we're here to discuss. Do you understand? And we want to hear any other topics that you want to discuss. But you have been listening or watching Hey Sis. It's your girls. Bye.
We've got to do a quick plug as well.
Oh, you want to do a quick plug?
Quick plug. On the 2nd of February, you can catch me hosting Connect Fest, which is a live music showcase.
It says Litty.
I didn't even tell her to do that.
No,
so you know it's legit.
Litty.
It's a live music showcase. It's happening at the Old Tiger's Head in Blackheath, Southeast London. And if you do music in any type of facet within the music industry, or, you know, coming near that, come down there. There's networking, live music showcase, open mic, prize giveaway. There's an after party, and it's a vibe. And did I mention that I'm hosting?
Listen, you're gonna have a good time. I'm gonna if you don't come, you're gonna miss out so bad. You're gonna be vexed because I promise you, it's a vibe.
It's a defo vibe. If you look down below in the subscription box, the link for the tickets on shub.com should be there. And yeah, you'd want to be there. A lot of networking, a lot of movers and shakers, from managers, A&Rs, film directors, radio pluggers, you name it, they're going to be in the building. So
Period.
Will be there. So yeah, like you were saying, stay blessed.
Like a queen, and I like what I see, and I wanna get more of that.
I undress and he blows success. Lay down as you decompress. Come mine and forget the stress. But the 9 to 5, cause he tryna change his life. He can't help it but to show his bad side. So he call me Yezzi when he want that good ride. Follow my stride, you know you want a good time. Pick any card, I know it won't decline. He know how to please me, never tease me. Keep me in Givenchy, laced in Gucci. Quick, take the keys and drive to Chelsea. Eat a Scalini, order linguine. He ordered the chateau, we got it to go, then flew to the chateau. You already know, friends telling me they see the glow. There's no way they know, well I guess it shows. That's a seed you sowed, oh.